Meet Christian Sagan. Just a couple months ago, Christian was working as a recruitment consultant with no background in property and no experience running Airbnbs. Like a lot of people, he started watching Airbnb content trying to figure out whether or not this model was actually real. Fast forward 2 months, Christian is now running 3 Airbnb properties. He signed his first lease within 2 weeks and his second a few days after that. He generated $6,000 in his first month and has since landed a $6.2 thousand booking for a single week. But what makes Christian's journey powerful isn't just the numbers. It's how quickly everything happened once he committed and had the right guidance around him. In this interview, Christian breaks down why he decided to take a leap into Airbnb arbitrage, the fears he faced as a first-time business owner, and how mentorship and the community support helped him move faster and avoid all the costly mistakes. So if you're considering rental arbitrage, but you're unsure where to start and whether or not it's even possible for you, this conversation might give you some clarity. Let's get straight into it. All right, I'm here with the one and only Mr. Christian Sagan.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you today, brother?
Good, brother. Good. Thanks for the invitation for a chat today.
No problem at all. For those who don't know you, introduce yourself. Who is Christian? When did he start Airbnb and how long has he been doing it for?
Christian Sagan, my background, a recruitment consultant for a healthcare recruitment agency. Been in recruitment for about 10 years, sort of approaching the 10 years. Just thought maybe it'd be cool to pick up some hustle on the side. That's where I came across your content.
How long was that ago?
That was probably beginning of October. It's been about 2 months now, a bit over 2 months.
And you've made quite a bit of progress in these last 2 months, hey?
Yeah, the progress has been pretty steady. I've done it without you, of course.
Thank you. But tell me, that recruitment agency, you've been working there for 10 years. What
Yeah,
made you take a change of pace? What made you try to start something new?
I think after doing the same thing for 10 years, it's not that I fell out of touch. Very much love recruitment. Just wanted to do something new. Like, I've been doing the same game for 10 years. I was sort of curious, like, am I good at anything else? I think in the lead up to the 10 years, I always just thought of like what else I could be doing, whether it be hustle on the side or complete career transition. That's where I came across your content, learned a bit more about rental arbitrage, taught me that it is something that, you can do part-time. And if you want to make it your full-time gig, it just really depends on how much you're going to drive towards it.
So before this, you had no experience in business?
Not at all. I guess working as a recruiter, especially in sales, it is very much your own business unit per se. Like I'm bringing in my own clients, closing deals just like a business because I've got my own targets to hit. But that's pretty much that's my only sort of experience in business, essentially.
For sure. And so you decided to take the leap with Airbnb arbitrage after seeing some content online. Is that right?
Yeah. It's crazy because like your content started blowing up. Like, I don't know if it was the algorithm feeding it to me because I was like searching it or whatnot. Probably a bit of both, but I don't know. Like I watched one video. Next thing you know, you're all over my Instagram feed. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just watch some of this guy's content. And then I ended up watching it top to bottom. I found your content on YouTube as well. You and Stanley. I didn't even actually realize that you were both working for the same company, and it happened really quick after that.
What made you kind of take the leap with Airbnb arbitrage specifically? Like you could have done anything else. You could have done all the other business models that are out there. What sold you on this business model particularly?
I do have a passion for real estate. I do have some investments in real estate. Thinking of a career change, I could have potentially gone into real estate. That was another sort of avenue that I was looking into. But yeah, compared to what I'm doing now and doing something on the side, I can't really do both. So rental arbitrage, something that I'm able to pick up part-time, start slow, go at my pace. Just very interesting, sort of like becoming an Airbnb host.
When you started Airbnb about 2 months ago, how long did it take you to acquire that first property? Because I know you got on the dials very quickly and
Yeah.
you were hustling for probably a week or so straight and dials every single day. Tell me a little bit about that experience. Tell me a little bit about the timeline that it took for you to get your first property.
Yeah. So I guess after our initial onboarding call, you really emphasized that the more effort I put into acquiring the property, the faster I was going to get one. And to start the whole game of rental arbitrage, you do have to acquire your first property. So I think my background in recruitment, sort of dialing volume, that definitely helped. From my first onboarding call with you, which was, I think the first week of October, went through all of the modules. That took me a couple of days. So I sort of understood rental arbitrage from start to finish. Had a lot of questions in between, but it was sort of good that, you were there, told me to answer it anyway, and your modules answered a lot of my questions. But I'd probably say about a week and a half into dialing and attending inspections. It's probably when I signed my first lease probably like October 20, somewhere around that point.
So that was about a week and a half, is it?
Yeah, yeah. So my onboarding call 5th of October, and then yeah, I think October 20. So yeah, close to about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, awesome.
Yeah.
When was your second one?
Our second one, that sort of happened like a snowball effect. So like as I signed my first lease, I was already attending more inspections because I had more books throughout the week. This one sort of like fell into my lap. I didn't know it was going to come so easily, but after connecting with the real estate agency, I actually met 2 or 3 of their team members, attended different appointments, different sides of the city, and the admin said good feedback from both of the agents. Both of these properties are yours. Which one do you want? And I was just thinking like, man, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. So I just chose my favorite one and hit it. So that was probably about only a couple of days after I signed my first lease.
A couple of days after you signed your first lease, you got your second.
That's right. Yeah. So the first lease, I actually received the keys and started the lease like November 1st. And the second one, signed the lease and received the keys early November as well, shortly after I finished the first one.
What are you sitting at right now?
In terms of total properties?
In terms of total properties, that's right.
3 properties. I just signed my lease the other week and I've just finished furnishing third official property posted today.
Wow, okay. And that's only in a 2-month time span. What made you move so fast?
I guess in terms of like, because of my background in recruitment, I sort of crunched the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Now I can always sit pretty on like 1-2 properties, but you know, if the goal is financial freedom, or if the goal is to like eventually replace my income and have the ability to pay bills, it's just about scaling the properties, right? So I think I had that mindset from the beginning.
Okay, so crunching the numbers, I'm sure that helped you make a more informed decision on
100%.
whether or not to scale. Let's talk about the numbers. What revenue roughly are you doing a month right now?
Revenue, I guess it's sort of, since I've just started, it's a little bit up and down, but since I started my first lease, that first month, if my rent is around about 2,800, billing revenue was close to 6 grand.
Wow, okay. So how much of that is pure profit?
Of pure profit, I'd probably say like 2 to 3K.
And that's off one unit in 1 month, right?
That's off one unit, 1 month of my first month. Yeah.
Amazing. And how does that compare to what you were making before Airbnb?
I guess it's different. Like with Airbnb, I don't have a salary per se with Airbnb. Like I had a salary before.
Yeah.
And with my normal day job, I've got the commission component. Harder I work, more work I put into it, that's going to let me know how much I'm going to make, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but with Airbnb, there is the initial upfront cost of setting up the apartment, and probably a good idea to put that all into a P&L to find out when you're going to break even. But in terms of just the billing aspect and how much profit it makes, I can easily see where the profit comes for a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. Can you tell me about your biggest booking ever?
Biggest booking. Yeah, it's funny. My biggest bookings actually, like we always say that the busy season's sort of like September to like March time, right? And like I'm glad that I sort of settled in this time. I had a couple big bookings, but my biggest booking is actually next December 2026. So some guests already booked that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some guests
A year from now.
Yeah, a year from now. That one was 6.2K. I think I wrote it down actually. 6.2K for 7 nights. The average daily rate for that's about $800 to $900 a night.
$900 a night. And what is your rent you're paying at that place per day?
For this booking, the rent per day is
per
around
week.
about per month. For
You
the
know,
week,
per week?
per week is 950.
950, and you in the booking revenue, you've made $6,500
Yeah,
for that 1 week.
6.2 for 1 week. So like that booking alone, in terms of like the weekly rent that I got to pay, it's killer. That's like 5K or something.
That's awesome, man.
It's crazy, man.
How does it feel to get a booking like that?
It feels good. Like obviously I don't reap the rewards of getting the payment until that day comes, but the fact that, you know, like the whole sort of concept of learning rental arbitrage and the bookings that are coming in, it feels good, man. It feels good that it works, and just sort of trusting the process. And, you know, if you do all the steps right, bookings are going to come.
Yeah, for sure. When you say you kind of had to trust the process because you didn't really have any property or business experience entering this business model, right?
That's right. Yeah.
How did you find our guidance and our team's guidance as a whole, and Being Big Success as a whole, from your mentors? How did you find the guidance?
It was honestly like not even talking it up. The guidance was good. I think straight from the get-go, like I feel like I'm a pretty intuitive person. I can look online, try to learn things myself. But after sort of stacking up the risk and reward, I always thought that I actually need a mentor to do this, because if you want to do it, you want to do it fast, you want to do it right. I had my own, like I sort of signed up, had my first onboarding call. I guess before then, I didn't even really know what to do or what to expect. But then you sort of walked me through what steps I needed to do. After that, I went through the modules that taught me everything start to finish. And then it was always good that I could book one-on-one calls with you at like certain intervals. So like when I secured my first property, book a one-on-one with you, you let me know what to do next until I sort of really nailed and fine-tuned that process.
Yeah.
Aside from that, the community, like I didn't actually expect to join such a huge community, like hundreds of people.
Yeah, you're actually very active in the community. You're always talking in the chats and things like that. How
100%.
has the other people in the community played a role in your business and also your day-to-day life?
Oh, it's been incredible. Like I already met heaps of friends during the mentorship, and like ones that I talk to regularly, because we're all in the same hustle. Everybody in that mentorship wants to do the same thing. They want to scale from 1 to 10 to 20, etc. So everyone's learning. Some people have only really like just started or have been in the game for a couple months. So we all know that we're all in different stages of the journey, but I see new people join all the time, and people always reach out to me for help or talking in the chat for help. So it feels good that I was once in their shoes starting off, and I can sort of help them in that process, and vice versa to the people that are more experienced than me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I find that the community is such an underlooked, valuable part of our program, where you're not only working alongside the mentors and the mentors' guidance and having the mentors alongside your journey, but you also have this entire community of entrepreneurial, like-minded individuals that are also on the same path as you, right? And you're all working towards the same goal. So you're all there supporting each other to reach that goal together. It's honestly beautiful, the community that we've created.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I remember when I first joined, I could see like everyone really asking you guys questions every now and then. And then now it's just sort of, even in just like last month or 2 months I've been here, there's heaps of like the senior people that have sort of emerged answering questions. And yeah, it's just crazy how it's like that. And I've never been part of a community like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's really going back to the fact that this is your first ever business. I know for a lot of people, when they're starting off business for the very first time, it's very scary and it's very daunting, and you make a lot of mistakes and you have a lot of failures on the way. And it kind of pushes people back from starting business as a whole. How have you found your experience with your first ever business?
I guess it's definitely scary. It's scary every day. Like it's just as scary of when I started to now, because I have to treat this as a legitimate business. I've got to treat it as in I know what the incoming and outgoing through the business, and like how much revenue is coming in, so that I have an idea of everything. Yeah. But I guess when you do start a lot of businesses, you gotta know sort of like the blueprint. When I applied to the mentorship, like it literally taught me everything, start to finish. So it took a lot of the fear of the unknown away.
Yeah,
that's what helped the most. But it's been good. I definitely wouldn't have scaled as fast as I did in this amount of time without with the minimal mistake. Like there has been mistakes on the way, but very manageable. Wouldn't have done it without the mentorship.
Yeah. If you hadn't started when you did, where do you think you'll be right now?
Man, where I've been the last 10 years, same. I'll be sitting at the same desk, same hustle. Not that that's any issue, but yeah, it's been very...
But do you have any regrets with starting at all?
No regrets. No regrets whatsoever.
If you could theoretically go back in time and talk to yourself before you start Airbnb, what would you tell that person?
If I could go back in time, and I would be telling myself, start earlier, man. So, legit, I tell myself to start like 6 months beforehand and ride the wave that it's been, because it's really just sort of like time. It's time in this market that's going to make you successful. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I've always had a chat with myself on what I'm going to be doing next. And I could genuinely see me doing this like long term, or seeing where it goes, just taking it month by month, really.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when I had that very first onboarding call with you, I remember I was thinking to myself, well, how old are you now?
34.
34. I remember I was thinking to myself, this guy has so much passion, so much drive, so much hunger, and I know he's going to make it in this industry. And 2 weeks after that, you secured your very first deal, and I'm so happy for you for that one.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
I'm so happy for how far you've come ever since then. It's been 2 months now. You've made so much progress. You're now helping out the community as well. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything you've done for other people in the community as well, and also very proud of of your progress thus far in the program.
Appreciate it, man. Like, I guess from day one, when you said that, you thought I was going to be successful, I just I sort of used that as like a sort of motivation as well.
Yeah.
And those little like taps on the shoulder, like it really helped.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear. My final question before we wrap up is if there's someone out there on the fence about joining B&B Success or even just starting Airbnb arbitrage in general, what would you tell that person?
Man, someone on the fence. I was once in your shoes, on the fence, just consuming your content, getting an idea of what rental arbitrage is. If you're interested, I highly recommend just having a chat with the team to sort of learn a little bit more. You can even chat with other people like me to sort of find out their experience. But if you want to start, your own business, work your own hours, see where this can grow, then rental arbitrage it is a real option. I can already see it by the progress that I've made in the last 2 months. I can only see what it's going to be like in the next 2 to 6 months. But if you're on the fence, highly recommend giving the boys at Airbnb Success a chat.